Someone just told me that there is a Reddit post that a lot of people have responded to saying, can I really trust what the Electric Viking says about Mazda? The Electric Viking says Mazda are screwed. I mean, is this true? Is this fair? Is he right? Well, Mazda, well, they say otherwise. They say, no, we're killing it. In fact, Mazda just posted staggering profits. They made $207.5 million in profit over the last 3 months. Now that's on the sales of only 300,000 cars worldwide. Incredibly, 40% of Mazda's sales, in fact more than 40% of them, were in North America. So is Mazda doing well enough? Are they really out of the woods? Are they really going to be able to avoid bankruptcy because they just posted a $205 million profit? Hell no. In fact, Mazda is a dead duck. It's literally a dead man walking, and I could not be any more serious, my friends. Realistically, if I cannot convince you of this fact, just unsubscribe, because seriously, this company is finished. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sam Evans. I'm the Electric Viking, and it's true. Mazda won't go bankrupt next year. I never said they would. They won't go bankrupt probably a year after that. However, this company is the next Nokia. Now, they're not even the next Nokia, because at least Nokia still exists. They still make money. They sell tires. And in fact, they sell a lot of tires. They do a lot of things. They do other things now. They basically pivoted. So we shouldn't really talk about Nokia in that way, because Nokia did some good pivots. Yes, they don't make the billions and billions of dollars of profit they used to make from mobile phones. However, they have found other ways to exist. Whether or not Mazda can do that, well, I'd say probably not. But you never know. Mazda returned to profit after a massive loss over the previous quarter in the last 3 months, as deliveries in the United States skyrocketed, mostly as a result of the CX-50 and the new CX-90 that helped them reverse losses from the year before and put the brand on pace to notch a new US sales record. Operating profit was $207 million in the company's first fiscal quarter ending June 30th. Now, the Japanese have different quarters. I don't know. I wish they'd just stick to all of our normal quarters, but they don't. So their first quarter ended on June the 30th. Net income more than doubled to 37.2 billion yen. That's 257 million. That's just income though. That's from 15 billion yen or 103 million, as revenue climbed 72% to 1.98 billion in the 3-month period. Global sales expanded by 30% to 309,000 vehicles, thanks primarily to US buyers. In North America and Canada, sales amounted to 130,000, meaning about 40% of Mazda's global sales. In other words, Mazda are very, very reliant on the US for their car sales. I mean, if they lost 40% of their sales, they'd only be selling 100,000 vehicles per month. I mean, if they lost, say, the North American car market or became a non-existent player there, as they just have in the EV segment in North America, now non-existent, they've completely pulled out of the EV segment, then they'd only be selling, what, around about 160,000 cars per month, or maybe 650,000 cars per year. Not enough to obviously stay in business. That size company, there is no major automaker in the world that has existed for more than a decade selling those numbers. North America accounted for nearly half of Mazda's volume in that period. Sales in Europe, Mazda's second biggest market, increased significantly to 44,000. But that's still not that many, is it? That's about 16,000 per month. So what am Mazda saying has attributed to the company's turnaround? Because it didn't do very well last year. It's doing much better in the second quarter, or the first Japanese quarter of this year, our second quarter. Mazda says it came as a result, or in fact, Mazda's CFO, Jeffrey Guyton, says that it was a shift toward a more profitable product portfolio. So what's this profitable product portfolio? Are any of them EVs or even plug-in hybrids? Well, no, they're not. In fact, less than 1% of all Mazda car sales worldwide are electric. Less than 1% are electric. I'm actually a little bit curious, what does Mazda plan on selling post-2030 in California, Europe, Washington, the UK, many places where only EVs will be able to be on sale? right? What do they plan on selling? What about post-2032 in the United States and North America when new emissions regulations will be in full force? What about post-2027 when those Euro 7 emissions regulations will come into play? In fact, probably 2026 they'll come into play. None of Mazda's current portfolio meet those emissions regulations. What about in China, which is their third biggest market? Well, to be honest, Mazda are so close to disappearing from China, it's inevitable. It'll probably happen within 12 to 18 months based on their current sales decline and trajectory. They've lost around 60% of their sales in China over the past 12 months. Does that give you any confidence for Mazda in China? Of course not. Mazda's finished in China. I don't think anyone would argue with that, even people who are pro-Mazda. Are they finished in North America? Clearly that is their most important car market. No, not yet. Anyway, Mazda did release an EV, but it would have been better if they didn't. In the United States, that EV was met with more criticism than probably every other electric car combined that's been revealed over the last 3 years. Just Google the Mazda MX-30. It's derided and mocked as a joke. It had 100 miles of EPA range. Average sales were around, about 2 per week. It is now lying somewhere in a cemetery in North American graveyards. I don't know. Anyway, the car is finished. In other words, Mazda don't sell any EVs in the US, don't have any EVs that they're currently selling or currently planning to sell. They talked about it. They've discussed concepts for EVs, but they have no dedicated electric car platform and no factory to build EVs. In other words, yes, at some point in time, they'll wake up and realize that actually the car market, the government, rules, demand from customers has changed. If you watch this channel, you would know that EV range is about to balloon. It's about to be much longer than it used to be. By 2030, EV ranges in typical cars will be double what they are today, meaning the average EV will have a bigger range than the average gasoline-powered vehicle, meaning that the average gasoline-powered vehicle will be worse in every single imaginable way than an electric car. My question to you Mazda fans who say the Electric Viking is wrong about Mazda is this. What exactly are Mazda going to sell in 2027, 2028? I'm curious, has anyone actually asked their CEO what exactly Mazda plan on selling? Because, like I said, they are not even working on a dedicated electric vehicle platform. Guess what? They are working on. They're still investing hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars on SkyActiv technology. They say they can improve the efficiency of their engines by 2% if they just spend another $1 billion that they don't have. Seriously, that's what Mazda has been doing for the last 5 years, and they're still investing in doing this. My friends, if that is not the next Kodak, please tell me what is. This is a small car company. They only sell, on average, 250,000 to 320,000 cars per quarter. If that figure halves, which it very well could do within the space of only 6 months, how exactly is this car company going to continue to exist? You're going to have to explain this to me, because to produce a new car, just to produce one new vehicle, it costs hundreds of millions of dollars. Where exactly is that money going to come from? This is not a car company who has been riding on the wind of incredible profits that they've now stored up into their massive storehouse of cash flow, cash accounts, and they can just pull out some of those cash reserves when times become desperate. That is not this company. That is Tesla. Tesla has $23 billion in cash sitting there waiting to be invested in new electric vehicle projects. Mazda isn't even really all that interested in EVs because they think the demand isn't there, because no one wants the MX-30. You've all told Mazda why you don't want it, but they don't seem to be listening. Thanks for watching.